murdered at Karlov Manor.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Teysa of the Ghost Council. If she seems familiar, it's because her abilities are a bit like Obzadot, the Ghost Council, of which she is now a part of. Teysa of the Ghost Council is a 4-mana Spirits commander, and she disappears at the end of your turn to return at the start of your next turn. Each time she enters the battlefield, she makes a spirit token, and her intensity increases, and based on her intensity, all of your spirits get additional power. This Teysa is so strong because you need to have instant speed removal to deal with her. You can't take her out on your own turn because she's not going to be on the battlefield, and well-timed counterspell will definitely deal with her. This deck is a mix between ways for us to protect and blink Teysa to get even more enter the battlefield, and, well, boards off good stuff, because sometimes you just gotta stop your opponent from doing the thing while you do the thing. This deck, I would say, does well with things like Roaming Throne, increasing your spirit's abilities, including Teysa's ability. Things like Elish Norn, Mother of the Machines, again, allowing you to get twice the intensity and twice the spirits, and just a bunch of decent spirits. I found that one of the coolest cards with Teysa was actually Grand Abolisher, since we're stopping our opponent from casting spells on our turn, so they in turn can't touch Teysa. She's only around during our turn most of the time, so that's the way we go. I'd say the ideal way to start this game is you get something on turn 1. Maybe it's an Esper Sentinel, a Curse of Silence. Maybe it's a Thoughtseize or Duress to hit your opponent's hand. Turn 2, you ramp. You got Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, Mindstone, Ironcrag, and then turn 3, Teysa's coming out. Because those first turns are when your opponent also needs to be getting established. It's when they want to be ramping. And the earlier you can get Teysa out, the more you can blink her. This deck is, as you might imagine, also got a couple just fun things for spirits. King of the Oathbreakers, not as strong as her, still kind of cool. It's a spirit, it makes more spirits, and it lets you dodge things if people are trying to target your creatures with removal. We also have Kaya, Spirit's Justice. Hey, we're getting justice for you, Teysa! She who was murdered in the murders at Karlov Manor. I found that these cards are really fun to get to play with Teysa on top of all of the other spirits cards that we wanted to throw in. There's not that many spirits that really fit into the deck, and a few things with like Afterlife that can also make spirits, but they are really fun to have because you keep making them stronger with Teysa of the Ghost Council. So we are going to go ahead and take Teysa into the queue, and we're going to blink so they miss it. Vorinclex with Reach. This hand has removal in it and no white mana, so I'm going to throw it back. This is a bit better. I have removal, reanimation of Throne, and a big board wipe. Howdy, farewell. Guess I'll play the Bajuka Bog. They might have some, like, playing things from Graveyard, but I don't think that the Bajuka Bog coming out now is going to make a big difference. They explore, lets them play an extra land. Hoping they don't just, like, land into more ramp. They didn't, that's fine. Bloodstained Mire. Gwenna! Hey, Gwenna! At this moment, I don't actually have, like, a 3-drop to play, so I'm going to grab the Shadowy Backstreet so I can Surveil. It's an Infernal Grasp. I think I'd rather use Swords to Plowshares on something that's indestructible, so I'll just Infernal Grasp Gwenna so she can't be used for Vorinclex. Hi, Vorinclex. This is the Vorinclex, by the way, who grabs 2 forests. He's got Reach and Trample. He's great value. I've put him in so many of my green decks as just good stuff, because getting those 2 forests, especially because he can get non-basic forests, and then flipping him over to get up to 2 creature cards, buffing your creatures, and then letting them fight, it's just a lot, and it's good. I see you are tapped out. A perfect opportunity for Teysa to come into Teysa. And we blink. Reminder, you gotta make sure you don't accidentally put her in a command zone. You will probably do it once, and you'll feel real silly when you do it. This is the same thing as, like, Edgar when he dies, but you have to do it every single turn. Since Vorinclex has Reach, it's gonna be a while before I can actually get rid of him. But I'll do my best. I think we're gonna go for Roaming Throne, Swords to Plowshares / Ephemerate here. because I love my throne. And you can even see Teysa in her art. Like, she's sitting in a chair. She has the throne. I'm just gonna exile this. I want to attack this turn. And I don't think that they're going to have interactions. Since green, it's always fights. Or big colorless stuff, but that's all sorcery speed. Yes, I would like to exile her. No, I would not like to put her into command zone. Roaming Throne's like, do you want to exile her again? She's already in exile, Roaming Throne. They could kill this. It's an artifact. Green's good at killing artifacts. I know I let them gain a lot of life there. Ooh, Circle of Dream Druids. That's 3 devotion for that Nykthos. Also, it's going to tap for mana based on the number of critters they got. Tireless Provisioner. They already have a land come in that turn. They might have just ordered it a little funky. Oh my gosh, look at all those wiggles. Everybody get in there. Nice. If they manage to kill something, we bring it back. If they manage to target something, we blink it. We are so set in this game. GG. Roxan, Titan of Death's Hunger. Me, having an Arcane Signet so I can try to get Teysa out early. They're a discard deck, though, so that might not actually work. I'm still gonna try. Hey, Roxan, you gonna make me discard? Oh, they're gonna make me discard with a Thoughtseize. Do you hit Signet? I like hitting the Signet. I think hitting the Ephemerate's good too, but like, it's an Arcane Signet. Cut me off from that beautiful, beautiful mana. I'm going to Surveil Bloodstained Mire into, I don't remember the name of this, Shadowy Backstreet. Backstreet's back. All right. Me and permanents I control. You're each, right? Each opponent. Okay. I'm gonna throw that in the graveyard. Oh. Just gaming. You drop the mana rock, you get the mana rock. That's good stuff right there. A Plunder from Down Under. I will drop Bitter Triumph and let you take a card from my library. I don't have to really worry about counter spells because they're a Croxadak. I have to worry about kill spells, but I have the Ephemerate for that. No. Ironcrag, nobody's ever wanted that. Ironcrag says, equipment tonight, milady? Queen, would you like some equipment tonight? No, I don't. When you're putting that Teysa in exile, you gotta make sure you don't accidentally put it in the command zone. I didn't. Oh, that's a Blood Moon. Okay. So I have a lot of uncastable spells, huh? Yo, you sure are mountains. Seasoned Pyromancer, discard 2, draw 2, and based on what you discard, you get either 1 or 2 or 0 elementals. This is a great way to fill up the graveyard for Croxa. Nice mountains. You can't just say that to a woman. You can't just be like, nice mountains, just because they're really nice. My beautiful non-basic mountains. If you think Blood Moon's nasty, just wait for Winter Moon. Coming out in Modern Horizons 3, coming to Arena soon. I might actually say yes on one of these. Decline for now. We love her wiggles. Because, like, right now, this would do more as an equipment attached to one of these spirits. We exile. We decline. She's living her best life out in exile. Corrupted Conviction. Not even attacking first. Also, they kind of messed up, like, their own. Now they don't have black mana from the Blood Moon. Blood Moon is a double-edged sword, unless you're, like, a Ragavan deck. They just didn't find instant speed removal, or at least they didn't have the mana for it because they only had one black source. Thanks, Blood Moon. We win! Emperor Apatsek Intli the Fourth, the Naya Emperor boy who cares about the number 4. If something has 4 toughness, you gain life. If it has 4 power, it gets haste. And if it costs 4 more mana, you get to seek another creature. Emperor Apatsek Intli the Fourth is a very good Naya card, especially with dinosaurs. I'm going to keep this hand because we have Inquisition of Kozilek / Duress. We have a Reprieve to slow them down too. Lots of good cards here, especially if we want to hit some ramp. Smuggler's Surprise or Topiary Stomper. Oh, that's like a 4 power and a 4 toughness. That's pretty nice. That Goreclaw is going to be the thing that we most need to worry about. Railway Brawler is also really strong. So here I'm going to just sit on my legally distinct counterspell. It's not a counterspell. It just bounces something back in their hand, but it should slow them down a tiny bit. So that Emperor isn't going to get them value right away, while I try to set myself up for my king! We Duress, see what they got now. Just that Smuggler's Surprise, that's fine. And I'll hold this Bloodstained Mire, ready to crack it open and kill. Probably Goreclaw? No, it's the Emperor again. The boy king returns. Aww, tiny hobbit. I like fixing. I'm trying to decide if I want to hold the grass for Goreclaw or the Brawler. I just want to take out their commander. This time it's Teysa. Next turn we have removal or something that would stop the Railway Brawler because it's an enter the battlefield effect. Hi, Emperor Apatsek Intli the Fourth. You gotta say the whole name. I'm not going to, but sometimes you gotta. Ooh, my spirits are growing. This is also a spirit. So, hey, kid. I saw that you're an enter the battlefield sort of ability. You know who stops enter the battlefields? Elish Norn. You know who doubles my enter the battlefields? Elish Norn. This poor kid's getting bullied. Alright, so they had to kill the Norn, which slows them down a little bit, but they could still play Goreclaw here. That's 4 power, and that gives her haste, and she attacks for 5. Also super discounts this. They could also plot, allowing him to, like, easily double spell next turn. Nah, they're going for Goreclaw. You swinging in with these two? Be aggressive. Be aggressive. I would never block. Oh, we do have some nice damage here. Wait, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Tis not lethal yet. What really wants me to tap that? I want to get rid of Goreclaw or the Emperor.
Time to focus. I got a job to do.
I'm going to go for the Emperor, because I don't think that many things in their deck naturally have haste. And I should be able to close out the game next turn. If you're wondering why was I tapping like that, I was trying to see, like, how much mana did I have. It's 6. So 5 and then 1. That's a Signet. This is time for the Brawler! Ooh, it's time for a Tolly! Now, they could steal something really big here. Something that makes some spirits that would be able to block. Or my little kitty cat could be on the ground, making little noises. Zoids to Plowshares, hitting a spirit token. Yeah, okay. Goreclaw, would you like to attack me or my Kaya? Levifying Chronicles. I actually did have Paladin class as a consideration. It got replaced with Tide Taker in this deck because it fits the Spirits theme more. This deck honestly needs almost no actual Spirits in it. This is not going to be a surprise to many of you, but you just don't need them. Hey, we're getting a raid from Bloody! Bloody, thank you so much for the raid. And thank you also for the resub. So right now, they only have one blocker. And we have 3 attackers, all getting buffed by Teysa, so we close out the game. GG! And thank you, Bloody, for stopping by. Tinybones, the pickpocket. Tinybones lets you cast things from your opponent's graveyard if you manage to make contact. This hand has some ramp. It's got some good bits in it. And I need to play this right here. All right, Baleful Mastery. No, I would like lands. I'm really hoping they don't like Thoughtseize this Emeria's Call, but it's totally possible. Here's the T-Bones. So tiny, so bone. I'm actually going to go for Mind Stone over Ironcrag just because it's less annoying.
Also, Blueby roll, don't Blueby roll, mine Blueby roll, me Blueby roll, just Blueby roll, roll and Blueby roll.
Oh, we be rolling! That's weird that those all played now. But, okay. Well, whatever you say, game. I don't have anything to reanimate. I also don't have anything for them to steal until they make me discard it. Cat, yeah, she's so good. This is my cat, Scraps. She's a good little baby. She's a good little baby with a little pink nose. She is. She's such a good girl. Oh, a Yanjo. Both of these. No, Ironcrag. Nobody wants that. There's so many things for me to click through here, and it's so easy for me to mess them all up. Scraps, you're kind of blocking the screen, sweetie. You like T-Bones? Use Death Touch. Ooh, that's a lot of mana. Oh, Bloody, have fun in the Teamfight Tactics tournament. I hope you win, because you're a winner. Hello, yes, it's me, Spirit Token. There are many like me. Oh, but I am dead. Tinybones hits again. Here comes Teysa. No, Ironcrag. Stop asking. Craig, I'll let you know when I want to. I probably want to just Skyclave Apparition or Roaming Throne here. I think hitting either their ramp or their commander is good. But, like, so far, they haven't had the things to be reanimating. We blink. Make sure not to send it to command zone. And I have enough mana for Pylon. And I could be, like, cute with this Pylon. If I see a creature that I want to reanimate, I could set it up for this. Yeah, right, girl. Can we? So... And in the way. Yes, you're 2 things. If I kill one of their creatures and they play this, it'll just come back. They could also, like, kill this with the intent of bringing it back. That would be cool. Pylon is so free in this deck. Yeah, because you have so many cool spirits. Alright, in response, I am going to Pylon, since I do have to sacrifice here. I actually am totally cool with both of these in this order. I have to sacrifice a creature I control. I'm going to sacrifice the Skyclave Apparition. I have to discard 2 of the cards in my hand. I'm going to go with the Geist and the roaming throne. And I think some of you see what I'm doing here. I'm setting up for my own double reanimation turn. At the cost of a lot of life, yeah, but like, worth it. Hey, Teysa's back! Welcome back, sweetie. How you doing, sweaty? Okay, they're gonna maul her. I'm not gonna move her to the command zone. No, I'll just have... No, god damn it, Ironcrag, stop it. I'm just gonna use these to bring her back. So we're going to bring back both Teysa and a roaming throne this turn. Let's go ahead and start with ye old roaming throne. Spirit. And then let's grab that spirit. Hey, Teysa. How you doing? We're gonna get double the triggers, double the fun. No, Ironcrag! Stop! This now hits for 5, so we're gonna bop the invasion of Telvada, which is gonna flip it over and give me the Broken Sky, which makes spirit tokens and also gives all of my creature tokens a bit of a buff. And we win. Because Teysa's hard to deal with, even when we don't have lands. We finally got them. We got them. Emoi, Celebrant of Bounty. Emoi is a ramp commander that gives you Cascade on your spells that cost 6 or more. This means that she's going to be going fast and hard when it comes to, well, early game ramp and late game big stuff. Or even mid game big stuff. Honestly, she goes so fast. Emoi is also not something you always want to remove because her Cascade for herself usually hits more ramp, refunding a bit of that mana cost. One of the few positives about this as a commander is that it tends not to have too many counter spells, so we're free to play Teysa. I do mention that counter spell thing because our commander is weakest to counter spells, and a specific kind of counter spell, not just stopping her from entering the battlefield, but disallow, stifle, and Tail's End can actually force your commander to live in exile forever, which is scary. You want to be able to play your commander. It's part of the game. I think Flowering of the White Tree is going to be a great choice here, giving me enough damage. I can actually kill this Kiora right here. I'm going to also exchange that token for a Hanged Executioner, just to use up that mana. And I clearly want ramp, so we're going to take this out. Bobby! Thank you for the 13-month resub, and we keep on blinking. Yeah, so if somebody Tails Ends, stifles that return to battlefield trigger, you're just stuck without a commander, and that's rough. But we won, so that's not rough. GG. Anzrag the Quake Mole. Anzrag is a big, aggressive Gruul commander that oftentimes makes himself indestructible and then swings in, forcing you to block, either using his ability or another spell, so you can keep swinging in and take lots of extra combats. I have a cheeky little 1-mana counterspell here. Ooh!
She's gold.
Why did that pop up now? Your resub was like 10 minutes ago. I think the computer might be broken. Weird. Yeah, I thought about actually reanimating the Ruby there to get the Teysa out faster. But I really like the idea of having the Flowering of the White Tree with this on the double strike. And now I'll grab the Ruby. Because she has Ward. Somebody broke my robot. They did. Oh. I guess that was enough aggro to stop them. GG. Grenzo, Crooked Jailer. Grenzo's an awfully scary new card that could be stopped by a Boromir because it casts things for free. God, this hand isn't otherwise really great. The King of the Oathbreakers is really nice against the targeted removal. The Boromirs are good against the free spells. And the Malakir Rebirth could otherwise potentially keep us in the game where we would dip out. Hey there, Grenzo. I see you're here to do crime, which is typically what Grenzos do. Tinybones is able to cast spells from our graveyard. Grenzo heists us each turn. Hey. How you doing, T-Bones? Teeny tiny bonesies. Yeah, I published a Grenzo list on YouTube, I think the day after he came out. No, 2 days after. But I had actually made the list the day of because we were getting real silly with Grenzo on Wednesday. And I have been seeing a lot of him since, which I think is completely fair. It's a really, really strong commander. Especially against, like, we'll say the very greedy decks. The ones that are running ramp into crazy good stuff. You get out Grenzo, and it's like, sweet, free Ulamog. Our deck does not have that much of that. It actually has more of it than it really needs to. But a lot of that was, like, people in chat being like, hey, I want to see the Kayas. And I was like, yeah, I want to see Kaya too. She's awesome. Have a Boromir. If they kill him, they might steal him with Tinybones, cast him from the graveyard. I am now tempted by the ring. I have no ring bearer, though. I'm just tempted. By what? I don't know. There's no ring here. I'm tempted by Tinybones, who is both my pet and their little dude. Wait, you don't want to cast my Boromir? But he's awesome. I'm not playing Teysa here because I'm very, very sure they have removal. And this dude is harder to kill than you might think. If you target him or another spirit, they just phase out. So phasing notably does not enter the battlefield for Teysa, but it does protect you. It's like you don't exist. I think the best way to describe phasing is you put a little blanket on it. They're gonna strike it rich, getting some ramp. I got myself a Sheldred. I'm going to be playing, though, Curse of Silence. Make their Grenzo cost 2 more mana, because I'm scared of Grenzo, because he's incredibly good. The heist mechanic overall, I will also say, is really, really strong. Heist has this, like, wild amount of selection. It shows you 3 playable cards. No lands that are duds. It's not like Gonti, where you look at the top 4, and it could be 4 lands where you can't do anything with them. Hey, King of the Oathbreakers. Oh, you just did such a good job protecting my commander. GG, Grenzo. Muldrotha, the Gravetide. Muldrotha allows you to replay permanents and cast lands. No, the other way around. Recast permanents and play lands from the graveyard. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this. I'm not going to, though I do think that Reprieve would be great. This has a little bit more ramp in it, off this Agadeem's Awakening. And I like that. Muldrotha's just salty and good, especially with permanents. Undercity Sewers. What'd you put in the graveyard? Port of Carfell. Okay. I will get my Surveil land. There it is. Phyrexian Tower. Ooh, I like that. Rather than hold up the Mana Tithe, I want to get this Ironcrag out so I can use it with Teysa. And now, Teysa. Let's see if this is a wash away. It wasn't. That's great for us. What's not great for us is having to say no to Ironcrag over and over. End step, we say yes, and then we say no. There's so many clicks happening here. Here comes Lotus Cobra. Landfall. Float some mana for them. Nice Takanuma. I've got 2 more mana here if they want to play some other little critter, like a Paradise Druid. That's perfect. No, Ironcrag. Stop asking. Please stop asking. Pretty please. I'm just out here, like, getting mad at the card. Like, would you please stop? If I want to be super aggro, I think the shadow summoning is the best way to do that. So I'm gonna do that. Shadow summoning gets me 2 more spirits. Why did I not use the search land right away and hold priority? Oh, I can actually explain it in this exact circumstance. So it depends a lot circumstantially. Sometimes you just want to like auto pass, get the value. But the big thing there was I got a tapped land. If they had cast a spell on turn 1 that I could counter with Mana Tithe, then I would have gotten an untapped land so I could use the white mana. Something like Fatal Push also is a possibility, yep. That's 6 mana. That's enough for a Muldrotha. No, but instead they're gonna go for a big flyer Hydroid Krasis. I'm crazy for crazies. Teysa returns. She's got a big old buff going on. No, Ironcrag. I swear. I'm gonna get rid of this Hydroid Krasis. I'm going to swing in with all of these. We are representing so much damage on this board. That Twin Blade Geist, because it would hit for 8, gotta be blocked. We take them to 2. Teysa, banish! She did a good job. GG. Sauron the Dark Lord. Sauron the Dark Lord is really good Grixis control. It is punishing me for casting spells. It gives him a way to draw cards, and it gives him an ever-growing creature. Sauron's also pretty much impossible to take off the board outside of a board wipe or an edict, because his ward cost is kind of nuts. It forces you to sacrifice a legendary artifact or creature, which you don't always have. Alright, Amrat's Rampage, Drown in the Lock, Brainstorm, and Grave Expectations. Nice crime. I'll always have an extra token to sacrifice, so I'm not too worried about that. I think I'll go for their counter spell or Grave Expectations, because I don't want them stealing from me. Only I get to do the crime. Not you. Me. Not you. Does have an Oliphant here? Hello, Oliphant. I can get them a land. This lets me tax something in their hand. Well, you can't cycle this if it's not in your hand. Nice. But you can still brainstorm. Invasion of Govakon's great at buffing our spirits and also giving us a bit of protection for our board. You like to Void Rend him? Oh, it can't be countered by the ward, so that's very good. Looks like they didn't have any black mana. Time for a Hanged Executioner. We get ourselves a spirit and a spirit. 2 spirits for the price of 1. And they brainstorm. This spirit also can double as removal, but I'd say I don't really use it that often as removal. Oh, the brains have been stormed. That is some cool sleeve art. What is this from? I don't actually know. Yeah, this is an Orzhov aggro deck. It's Orzhov Spirits. They're looking at my Invasion of Gokon like, darn it. Avatar. This is an Avatar. Was it a Wheel of Misfortune? Solve the equation. What do you tutor for? Why are you looking at my lands and my creatures? You're making me uncomfortable with this solve the equation. You got Prismari Command! Oh, I didn't get a land. Well, you got a Prismari Command, so... want the counter spell. Didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming. Hello, opponent. They're gonna draw 2, discard 2, possibly putting the Cruxa directly in the graveyard to escape later. Yep, that's what they did. And they found a land, but it's still not regular schmegular black mana. Yay, Teysa! Boop! I'll swing you here and you here. Invasion of Gobakan flips over. It's going to buff the 2 creatures that attacked this turn. And now we go through our clicks on Teysa. Yes, please exile her. No, do not put her in the command zone. They've got 5 mana now, since this came in tapped. Almost enough for Sauron. Definitely not enough for the Oliphant. The Angress Rampage, even if they wanted to use the treasure for it, I don't think they would. It's just not that good with us always having a spirit. So they're going to discard it to big score. And now they have much, much better mana off these treasures. But they're going to use all those for a Midnight Cloud. I guess they just never want to cast a black spell other than their commander. And that's fine. With me, at least. At the beginning of my end step. They get this. There we go. You're here. Ooh. Born to Norn. Enter the battlefields no longer happen. We swing in with every one of these. And Teysa is going to vanish like a ghost. Because she is a ghost. She's dead. Gosh, isn't that nice? Yeah, we're protected from board wipes. The biggest -X board wipes are the enter the battlefield abilities off things like Meathook Massacre. Don't work with Elish Norn out. Like Languish, sure, that kills the spirits. We'll just make another one and still kill them anyway. I honestly think that the best thing I did this game was putting the Oliphant in exile. They needed it to get a swamp, and we never let them have it. GG. I'm going to take a quick aside to show you guys a playmat that was from MagicCon Chicago. So this playmat has what I like to call a Teysa's dead ass on it. And I really wish this art were in Arena. So yes, you've got these planeswalkers and other characters hanging around, but more importantly, you have Family Guy death pose, Teysa just vibing in the background. Now, I would just show a picture of this on the computer, but I couldn't find one. People have taken like blurry, grainy photos of this, but I want to make sure you get the full experience of Teysa dead on the ground. All right, let's get back to the gameplay. The Gitrog Ravenous Ride. Giddy up, Gitrog, because it's time to sacrifice some high-powered creatures to draw cards and put lands into play. Gitrog Ravenous Ride is a 5-mana 6/5 with Trample and Haste. If you saddle it, and it deals combat damage to you, they can sacrifice the creature that saddled it and draw a lot of cards and put a lot of lands into play. So I'm going to, first of all, try to hose that haste. Authority of the Consuls makes it so their creatures come in tapped, which is really, really big for, you know, protecting yourself against the Gitrog monster. It's a very, very aggressive creature, even if you're not sacrificing things. Seriously, 6 damage with haste and trample, hard to deal with. So that'll slow them down a little. Next, we can make it so their commander costs more, Curse of Silence, depending on how much they manage to ramp. But we also just have Teysa. Ooh, Wrenn and Realmbreaker. That'll let them bring back things from the graveyard. Or just plus to eventually play things from the graveyard. Donald, thank you for the 20-month resub! Teysa time! Teysa, be gone from this realm! I'm being asked, is Teysa canonically dead? Yes. This is Teysa. Dead. But she's dead in, like, the Orzhov way, where she has, like, contracts existing beyond her life that tie her to the mortal realm. Oh, those Orzhov. Those wacky, wild Orzhov. They're animating a snow-covered forest, attacking me with it. I'll have to attack Ren and Realmbreaker to keep her away from the ultimate ability. Beans! There's no creatures that die to Elspeth's Nightmare here. Oh, are you going to kill her? I mean, now's the time, right? Bitter Triumph. She's dead. She still makes the spirit. Well, for that, I'm cursing your frog. Gitrog Ravenous Ride. That's the right one. I'm also going to play Elspeth's Nightmare, even though it doesn't have a target on this battlefield.
I am more powerful than you comprehend.
Okay, Ren, can you not yell at me? I want to check out what your hand has, and then also exile your graveyard, because you kind of bring things back from the graveyard. Bolus's Citadel? Let you pay lots of life. Cast spells off the top of your deck? Yes, please. I love Bolus's Citadel, but I usually kill myself to it because I have too much fun. They can also sacrifice 10 permanents, non-land permanents, to make your opponents lose 10 life. So fun. They could change what's on top of their deck with the minus ability, the mill 3 cards. This feels like, yeah, this feels like an unusual version of Gitrog. My version of Gitrog is like hyper aggro, throw a frog at him, and then ramp, 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 ramp. It's not like hyper aggro, I shouldn't say that. It is very aggressive though. Shadowy Backstreet. What's on top? Who's on first?
Must not
Gives them a land.
get the mission.
Who hasn't died from having too much fun with a Citadel? What else did I got? Okay, Finding the Old Gods. Ashaya will turn everybody into lands. Bring out Teysa. That'll buff these spirits up. I'll swing one at Ren and Realmbreaker and one at them.
My stem withers.
Teysa goes away, sir. That's a Dark Ritual. 1 life for 3 mana. Great exchange rate. A tapped Paradise Druid. Aetherflux Reservoir. Okay, they'll start getting life back. If they can, like, storm off here. This is weird to me because this is a Gitrog deck. I feel like this is a Vraska deck that they threw a Gitrog on. That's still fine. They're doing a good job gaining life. Oh, here we go. There's some more sacrifice effects. It's like a landfall control deck. Back up to 22 life. Wow, they did not brick on any of that. They need to hit 2 lands because they have a Sword Tooth. Yeah, did they play any lands this turn? There's a good chance that we die to the Aetherflux Reservoir this turn. I think they need to cast 3 more spells, which, like, they're tutoring right now. They have one in hand, and they also have their commander. Did they play one land? Oh, yes, they played the Swamp. Hello, Elvish Mystic. Demagoth Titan. Alright, so that's the kind of card I'd expect to see in a Frog deck. Alright, so now they're at 50, and they've won the game. Gitrog Ravenous Ride. Come take me home. Yeah, they managed to not break up. No, come on. Come on, do it. Do it.
This isn't your average zombie horde. Impressive, isn't it?
Come on. Okay, I'm going to leave. Remember, if you have lethal, you should take it. Roxan Starfall Savant. She throws rocks at your stuff. And you. And the rocks also tap for mana. She's scary. She ramps, she gets haste, and then she's making multiple rocks on the turn she comes into play, taking out your blockers, taking out you. And that's why I'm going to play Curse of Silence. Roxanne. Because their deck tends not to have removal that would be very good at killing Teysa, I definitely want to ramp and just get her out. Yeah, Roxanne, I feel like, is a contender for one of the scarier commanders to play against from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Especially because of the wide availability of ramp. Oh good, we drew a land that comes in untapped. If we didn't, I was just gonna like Flowering of the White Tree. The earlier we start Teysa a tickin', the better. And we do want to exile her. Authority of the Consuls is also going to be good here, because we can stop her from having haste and attacking on the turn she comes out. I don't also know why Roxanne has this additional text of whenever you tap an artifact token for mana, you get extra mana, making your treasures and your rocks worth more. Flowering of the White Tree, a Shadow Summoning, an Immutavault so it can attack next turn. We swing in with these two. Boop, boop. Yeah, we're getting really great, just like the early hate cards here. No, I almost misclicked. Push the kitty. Don't push the kitty. Just tax the kitty. Curse the kitty. The intensity wiggle is one of my favorite parts about intensity cards. Between Teysa and Minthara, we got some girls with serious wiggles. We also win. GG. Ivy, Gleeful, Spellthief. This is actually not a great hand specifically against Ivy, but it does have a Dark Ritual, so I am going to keep this. This Dark Ritual means that I'll be able to get out Teysa ideally on turn 2. And if they happen to counter it, we have a Reanimate to follow up. Ivy is all about casting spells to target one of your creatures, so you can copy that spell onto Ivy. She's a very tricksy commander, and can cause some absolutely insane plays with things like Mutate, and some auras that allow you to get a lot of damage in. Dark Ritual. Is this getting spell pierced? Miscast. Okay, so that completely hoses my plan. I tried. You heard Ivy's a dude? Ivy? I mean, if Wizards of the Coast says Ivy's a dude, I guess Ivy's a dude. Apparently Lonus is a dude too, but I just, like, disagree. Listen, Wizards of the Coast, you can assign whatever sex and gender you want to your characters, and I'm going to disagree. I don't know. I don't know. Ivy to me is like, yeah, this is a cute little girl fairy. Behold, a Teysa! So their deck usually does have a lot of, like, kind of key counter spells, which is difficult for us to deal with. I'm gonna start with the Inquisition of Kozilek to hit what could stop the Grand Abolisher, and then try to get the Grand Abolisher in play. I had mentioned before that, like, Tail's End is really, really good against us. Okay, so that's a Sea Dasher Octopus, but they didn't mutate it onto Ivy, because they didn't really need to. Wild Shape. They're making these into bigger, better blockers. 1/3 turtles with hexproof until end of turn. Okay. Oh, that is a Sawtusk Demolisher. I will be able to stop the Sawtusk Demolisher once. Still swinging in with both of these. Bam. Exile our commander. And we're going to see what this Sawtusk Demolisher ends up demolishing. The big thing you can do with this is get rid of lands. And since they have another mutator to follow up with, we may end up with no lands and one commander that keeps blinking herself. Sea Dasher Octopus will also give them some card draw, since if it deals combat damage, it will draw a card, and I can't deal with the big 6/6. And there's gonna be 2 of them too. Okay, actually, if they destroy both of these, I might be able to deal with 1 6/6 by double blocking it. Oh. Hi, I'm Teysa. Is there anything I can reanimate? No, but I could despark because they put that on top. Do I think they have a protective spell in hand? We know about the Gem Razor. They could have like a dive down. I'm gonna go for the non-Ivy target. Yeah, would you like to copy that onto you, Ivy? No? Okay, good. Everybody in. Oh, right, they can't cast spells anyway. Abolisher. See, I thought ahead. I just forgot about it. They have 1 life. And I have 2 lands. Nice goose. They can gain some life by eating the food. They can also make this into a 4/4 in order to destroy another one of my lands. Oh, but it looks like they actually died before they could get there because they paid 1 life or took 1 damage from the Yavimaya coast. GG, Ivy. The Gitrog Ravenous Ride. Ooh, is it time for me to get revenge against the frog? Last time we played against one of these Gitrogs, they hit a crazy Bola Citadel and then didn't kill me when they had lethal. So we'll see if this time we can be the ones who have lethal through a turn 2 Teysa using Dark Ritual. I actually don't think I've had a Dark Ritual, like, turn 2 Teysa game in this video, so we'll see if that happens. Behold! Teysa! Oh, first Dark Ritual, and then Teysa! Ta-da! I got a spirit. Yay! I wonder if they have a fatal push here. If they did, the ideal timing would have been before this ability resolves. No, they're getting an underground mortuary. Exile her. Do not send her to the command zone. Cool. I've got an Abolisher next turn that can help protect our stuff. Probably going to be my move. But yeah, just turn 2 Teysa. That's a game win right there. GG, Gitrog. That wasn't very fair of me. Roxan Starfall Savant. Again, I have an Authority of the Consuls, but I don't actually think this is a hand I really want. It's one of those ones where it's risky. If I get black mana, we get this Dark Ritual, it's great. And if I don't, we're not in a good spot. Especially because Roxanne's able to ramp real hard and get an explosive start. You know what? I'm going to keep this. We're going to believe in the heart of the card. You saw what happened with that last Dark Ritual. See if we can get this one rolling too. Also, hi Scraps. My kitty cat's having a little wander around in this room. Keep it. I'll get a swamp. Totally get a swamp. They explore, allowing them to play an additional land. Nailed it. Dark Ritual. Teysa. Yes, this is good against Roxanne, since it stops hasty business. So now Teysa is going to be spitting out spirits. They're going to be spitting out rocks and dealing damage and killing my spirits, but whatever. I can get rid of Roxanne once. Oh, Radagast the Brown. That's going to be some good card advantage. Never punish? Well, no, because I clearly built my deck perfectly. Got my Boromir here? This is to protect the spirit tokens for when Roxanne inevitably throws a rock at one of them. They could also be playing things to get them free spells, but maybe it won't happen right away. Radagast is great in Volo. Just get tons and tons of creatures. But don't the tokens enter first? I guess it doesn't make a difference. Because it's just checking the creature types you control. Nice ramp. Oh, they're just going to abrade Boromir here. I guess now I have a legendary spirit token. May as well leave Radagast back to block my Teysa. Hi, Teysa! I have to name it because it's legendary. Its name is Frodo. I brought back Boromir. I have to protect my birdies because they're going to be lethal next turn. Thorn Mammoth! Who are you going to fight? Boromir. He's Frodo. I mean, he's like a deader Frodo than usual, but he's doing great. Nice Emrakul. Nice lethal damage. Wow, I never got 4th land. But that's fine. I don't need 4th land. The spirits just carried this game. We protected them using Boromir, and it paid off. GG! Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you enjoyed getting a taste of our tokens with Teysa of the Ghost Council. Making these spirit tokens, protecting them, and kicking people's butts sure did work well. In fact, apparently I had a 100% win rate today on the play using this deck out of like 30 different games, which is pretty fantastic. This deck is very strong, and Teysa is very difficult to deal with, especially if you're not in colors that run instant speed removal, because that's the only thing that can really take her down. If you're able to ramp out, get her early, then she's even stronger. I will say this deck is another one of those Dark Ritual should probably not be in the format kind of decks, but as long as it's here, you should definitely run it. You can choose to make this deck either have more spirits and be more of a spirit type deck, or fewer spirits and have much more of a protect Teysa game plan. Either way, I think that this is a very strong commander, and you should give her a try. If you're looking for my deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to come hang out and chat, twitch.tv/Amazonian is where I record all of my Brawl Stars videos and play a whole lot more Brawl that never makes it into recorded content because I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like pressing the record button, and you get to also, like, I don't know, talk with me about weird topics. Like, what were we talking about today? We were talking about poisonous fungi today. I love mycology. Did you know that? Well, you would know it if you hung out on my stream. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.